Hello, greetings, Bhupesh ji and Aegis, all the team. Sometimes, we commend the leaders, but it's actually the team members who build us up. So Bhupesh ji has, working with him closely in this mission, all of those people who've been effective and got here 15 years after the ideation and creation of such a wonderful property. I think they must be commended. I congratulate each one of them. Anil ji, and I'm happy to see that the ministries are also working deeply coordinated with you, whether it's DST or Ministry of Education. And that is where I think you've been able to create a property that has built credibility. There's a trust inherently in the relationship. Bhupesh ji took me through how he's built transparency into the whole system. And I'm happy that today also you're announcing an index of innovation. Like you said, it will create the conversation that is very needed in Indian boardrooms, corporates. How much are we able to create, innovate, ideate? Because the world is changing very, very fast. On my way here, I was just looking at my Twitter timeline, and I saw Satya Nadella's post on the new quantum chip that they have launched. Really, in your hand is going to be immense power. And the fact that you've thrown open a challenge to all scientists and creative people in the country, students, to think about how we can create a computer and use the mobile phone to address the gap that exists in our country. I think that's also a very good challenge that you've thrown up. And I'm sure that you will come up, many solutions will come up out of this challenge. This award, is a challenge when you name something after someone like Graham Bell, then you really need to be very, very robust and creative in your programming. Graham Bell, of course, everyone knows Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. He was the first patent holder. But he worked deeply with trying to solve a problem. And he worked with deaf people. His mother and his wife were hearing challenged, impaired. And I think that's where it came out of. So that is the one quality that entrepreneurs must have, is that they're essentially, we can call them profit makers or risk takers, but they are essentially delivering a social good. If you're not creating a product that community needs, desires and wants, then you can't make profit either. You can't access capital and you can't scale. So that's the basic idea, the premise, that Indian entrepreneurs are creating solutions for Indian problems, societal issues, societal challenges, how we can make India a developed country by 2047. That's an open challenge thrown to every Indian citizen, every student, every entrepreneur, every risk taker, every ideator, that we all need to contribute in our own way. Every farmer, if farmers are not there in that matrix, there is no way that India can progress. So I think that's an open challenge thrown by government. And if you're doing an innovation index, Bhupesh ji, I'm sure our government will also rank very, very high in terms of creativity, acceptance of new ideas, innovative thinking. Our leadership is very, very savvy and always open to new ideas. I'm working very closely with our Prime Minister, and it's part of his passion and vision that we are trying to address the skill gap that is present in our country. And skills really are the bridge between possibility and success. What it takes to get there to the finish line obviously is a skill. And with a global changing world, like I said, Microsoft just made an announcement on AI, things that we never thought were possible. Those products, those layers of technology are already here. And it will be disruptive for sure. In my conversations with industry leaders, with people who understand the space and sector, there are concerns there, but also it will create new opportunities. There is an estimation that by 2030, globally, AI will create 170 million new jobs. But to fill those jobs, you're going to have to work on the skills. And I think with Ministry of Education and Skills, we are trying to create a framework that addresses that basic gap. And what we want to, when we do the program, what we want to really scale up is our school-going children, give them the access, make them AI ready, so they understand the ethics, they understand the platforms and the tools that are available to every person, and how they can use them to solve their own problems. So there's a plan that we're going to roll out very soon. In France, as you saw, our Prime Minister was co-chairing the AI event. So globally, India's position is one of thought leadership in the space. And when Bhupeshji says that let's open up our phone, mobile computing, let's make a computer in the hands of every person with a mobile phone, that will also create a lot of value and unleash a new chain of innovation and thought making. So I really congratulate Aegis. 15 years is a long time, but also if you're creating an institution, and that's the vision behind this award, you're making success stories, you're working with grassroots entrepreneurs, you're also creating an institutional capacity to build more innovators, more entrepreneurs in the future. I think 15 years is not a lot of time. So you're still a young institution, but you have a lot of ambition, and I hope, my prayers are with you, our support is with you. More power to you. Thank you, Bhupeshji.